Alright, welcome back, and it's time to take a look at the patch notes. Now, I actually thought that last time, I think like 2 weeks ago or something like that, that those patch notes were the anniversary patch notes. Well, while the young ships are definitely the largest expansion, I would say, or update, there is something more coming up, and it will be time to see what the developers have prepared for us for tomorrow's update. So, Faction Wargame. The non-Empire faction wargame has begun. Sansha, Blood Raider, Gurista, Serpentis, and Angel. The 5 major non-Empire factions have each established a rank system tailored for Capsuleers, recruiting them as soldiers or mercenaries to carry out special operations. Concord and the 4 major empires do not recognize the faction ranks earned by Capsuleers, nor do they prohibit Capsuleers from participating in non-empire faction activities. As a result, Capsuleers can hold both an empire rank and a faction rank at the same time. Which faction you fight for is entirely up to you, Capsuleer. How to participate. A new faction wargame interface has been added, integrating both empire ranks and their relative gameplay, as well as faction ranks and their corresponding features, all in one place. Capsuleers can use this interface to join or change their empire expeditionary force or faction, check their ranks level, and browse tutorial for the corresponding gameplay. After joining a non-empire faction, you can earn rewards by participating in various tactical operations. Currently, faction exclusive missions and covert infiltration operations are available. That sounds interesting. Covert infiltration, okay. We will be looking at that one for sure. Faction exclusive mission. 5 new faction exclusive missions have been added for the nullsec region. Once a Capsuleer joins a faction, they can view and accept missions via the faction mission button in the faction wargame interface. In faction missions, combat missions mainly take place in low-sec regions, while transport missions may involve no-sec or low-sec regions. Completing missions grants ISK, faction merit, and faction LP as reward. Now that sounds interesting. Faction merit can be used to advance your faction rank to encourage Capsuleers to participate. All major factions currently have no restrictions on the highest rank that can be earned through merits. Faction LP can be used in the faction store to purchase unique items from each faction. Note faction exclusive missions and regular encounters share the same acceptance cap and accepted mission count. Okay, covert infiltration operation. After joining a non-empire faction, you can view their covert operation headquarters system in the faction interface. You can set it as your destination and navigate to that system, or use the new Spatial filament to return directly to the system. Enter any station within the faction headquarters system and use the disguise service in the station service to disguise yourself as a member of that faction. You can only disguise as a member of your current faction. Once disguised, your Capsuleer information will be hidden, allowing you to carry out any combat operation as you see fit. Now that is actually quite evil and I love it. So based on what I understand, you can disguise your ship as, let's say, NPC, right? And go anywhere. Okay. And you probably will not show in local as well. This is actually interesting, I'm not gonna lie. You can only disguise or remove your disguise in the headquarters system of each faction, so make sure you have enough combat ships and supplies in that system. The specific effects of disguise includes: after disguising, your name will appear as a generic faction rank name, Gurista Captain in the overview, localist, combat log, and other interfaces. While disguised, you cannot see other Capsuleers' name or corporation information, and they will be all shown as unknown Capsuleer. Destroying other Capsuleers will earn you a certain amount of faction merits based on the target ship tonnage, and advance your faction rank. Except for fleet members, all other members are considered hostile. so you cannot enter your original corporation outpost or other players' Capsuleer outposts. Note that disguise has no effect on Concord. You will not be attacked by Concord or the major empires due to disguise, and your relation with the empire remain unchanged. Wait a second, does that mean we can have fights on low sec gates now without the interference of Concord, and that's pretty much like anywhere? Ooh, you know what? Does this mean we can actually have high sec combat now? You know, if I'm very sure for low sec you should be able to fight on low sec gates, but would be able to do this in high sec. If that's possible, this is going to be a huge change potentially. Of course, we have to see it in the game, but let's keep on reading. New Spatial Rift filament added the Northwind 1 Spatial Rift filament and other Wind series Spatial Rift filament. Used for rapid entry into the rear region of various factions. That's kind of if you read that into the rear of the various factions. Yeah, that sounds a little suspicious, not gonna lie. Sus indeed. It integrates the technology of the Signal Needle Drag filament and the Expedition Spatial Rift filament. Upon activation, advanced data analysis and simulation techniques are employed to capture quantum signal distribution curves in select systems within the designated direction of the Imperial region cluster, identifying those of which that follow the required specific pattern and creating a rift passage. The Wind series filament of the 4 major empires are still in the experimental stage and have not yet been approved for market release. However, non-empire factions have already added them to their faction stores for Capsuleers to try them out first. Meanwhile, the faction store has also introduced exclusive Homeward series filament for each faction, allowing for quick return to the headquarters system of each faction. How to obtain: available to purchase with limited stock with ISK at the faction store. Note, both of these new spatial filament types can only be used while disguised. Faction rank. With the launch of faction missions and covert operations, the 5 major non-empire factions have also introduced a rank system for Capsuleers fully corresponding to those of the 4 major empires. These 5 factions recognize each other's rank to a certain extent. If you have your original faction and join a new one, your rank will be reduced by 1 level. You can earn faction merits by completing faction exclusive missions or destroying enemies during covert operations, which can be used to advance your faction rank. Advancing your faction rank can activate faction rank bonuses for certain faction ships and unlock more items in the faction store. Faction rank bonus. A total of 23 standard ships under Sancha, Blood Raider, Grista, Serpentis and Angel now have new faction rank bonuses. You can enhance ship bonus by advancing your rank within the faction. No matter which faction you join, you can activate the faction rank bonus. For example, a Grista Lieutenant can activate the Lieutenant bonus for Angel ships. Faction LP and faction merit points. Capsuleers will join various factions as mercenaries in a personal capacity. Throughout faction gameplay, they can earn faction merit or LP and exchange LP for rare rewards in the faction LP store. Faction store open. The faction store is now open, offering items from major non-empire factions. The first batch of products includes blueprints for new ship defense system rigs and needle drag filaments, which require faction LP or ISK to purchase. Please note that only by joining a non-empire faction and advancing your faction rank can you unlock the faction special item. New ship defense system rig. As young technology becomes increasingly mature, the empire factions are also striving to keep up. After numerous experiments, they have taken the lead in launching distinctive new ship defense system rigs. This modification module allows for adjustment and enhancement to a ship's core system, strengthening defenses and various performance aspects by modifying shield generators, armor plating, power supply, and core structural design. All 23 standard toned ships from the 5 major factions, Sancha, Blood Raider, Grista, Serpentis and Angel, now support the installation of this defensive refractoring series rigs. Due to their complex system structures, Their availability for each faction's capital ships are still not there, I guess, while the major empires are also steadily advancing related studies thanks to its non-custom module design. This degree of rigging can also be applied to other faction ships of the same tonnage. For example, the Worm can be fitted with the Serpentis frigate modification module, but the special bonus is not as well matched for it as for the Daredevil. How to obtain exchangeable blueprint in the faction store and manufacture item and manufacture. Okay. Emperor rank adjustment. If you have your original Emperor faction and join a new one, the rank penalty will be changed from being reduced to private to being reduced by 1 rank. Relic Scramble reopens. The Relic Scramble is reopening in some low-sec systems. Capsuleers can join an Empire and head to these systems to fight for merit and a large amount of LP. LP store update. Multiple new types of decomposers are now available in the LP store. New features. Brand new Nanocore Astral Cat. What? The brand new series of Nanocore's Astral Cat is now available. Enjoy a dazzling new cat-themed glow effect and let the kitten Isk accompany you on your cosmic journey. When this mode is activated, a portion of incoming damage is mitigated. The mitigation value is fixed at 0.5% of the ship's total shield, armor and structure cap, while also increasing warp stability, because we all know that there is not enough stabs in the game, while increasing warp stability and reducing your signature radius and inertia modifier. How to obtain? Yeah, we all know how that will be obtained. Starmap statistic update. In the Starmap interface, a new statistic feature has been added. It displays the number of cosmic anomalies destroyed in all null-sec systems over the past day and highlights the system in each region with the highest number of destroyed anomalies. That's going to be useful for hunting. Nanocore level inheritance. Nanocore level inheritance is now available. Capsuleers can inherit chips and certain materials to transfer the level and progress of an upgraded core used as a material core to another base core used as the inheriting core. Through level inheritance. After inheritance, the material core will be repackaged. Nanocore inheritance is divided in 3 tonnage groups. Super capital ship, including super carrier, tactical carrier, and higher tonnage ships, standard capital ships, carriers, dreadnoughts, and other standard capital ships. Standard ships, frigates, destroyers, battleships. Currently, only nanocores within the same tonnage group can inherit from each other. Blue and green quality nanocores cannot undergo level inheritance. Alright. Space emoji system. A new space emoji system has been added, allowing players to pilot their ships and use emojis in space. The new Kitty and Dodge, really? Okay. And Dodge themed emojis are now available. They cannot be obtained through limited time event and be unlocked upon using the emoji item. You can block other players' emoji packs in the settings. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. The Dodge sticker support contract, obviously, because they have to. Balance adjustment, decomposer. With young technology becoming increasingly major in military applications, the decomposer has received a major technological upgrade. All decomposers have a new attack effect. Each attack generates a unstable PE field around a field near the target based on the base damage strength. Gathering energy, when it reaches its limit, it will trigger a PE field collapse, dealing an additional instance of explosive damage to the target. PE fields from different targets do not stack or interfere with each other. For example, if each attack gathers energy equal to 25% of its damage, after 4 stacks, all energy is released, dealing explosive damage. The primary damage type of the decomposer weapon has been changed from kinetic to explosive. Their single shot damage has been reduced, but the rate of fire has been increased, as shown below. Small decomposer, minus 46% capacitor consumption, minus 50% damage, minus 49% range, increased from 10.8 km to 12 km, accuracy falloff changed to 0.1. Medium decomposer time, minus 44%, capacitor consumption, minus 47%, damage, minus 49.4%, accuracy falloff changed from 0.1 km. New large decomposer added with weapon characteristic identical to small and medium decomposer. Available through LP store. Okay. Modules and rigs. Light fighter siege modification, new effect, fighter base plus 5,000 to 20,000. Heavy Fighter Siege Modification Effect, Fighter Bay plus 30,000, Micro MGD Field Generator, description optimized with a new description on its disable condition. Reactive Armor Hardener, activate time reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds with its capacitor consumption reduced accordingly. Default market valuation increased for items such as adaptive invulnerability field. Tech level requirements have been removed for almost all modules, including shield, armor, battery, thruster, electronic warfare, and weapon enhancement. But that's a big change actually. Auto salvage module with metal of 6 to 8. Salvage range increased by 1 to 3 km respectively, since the tractor beam is emitted from the center of the ship, while the overview displays distance based on the ship's hull sensors. The actual salvage range will be less than the distance shown in the overview. Structure weapon and modules. Since structure missiles are launched from the center of the structure, but when operating a structure, the overview display distance based on the outermost sensor of the structure, and given the large radius of structures, this results in the actual missile range being significantly less and the stated range similar to automatic salvage module. Therefore, structure weapon parameters have been adjusted to better suit battlefield needs. Stand-up large missile flight speed plus 33%, stand-up medium missile flight time plus 4%, flight speed plus 14%, explosion velocity plus 14%, stand-up small missile explosion velocity plus 20%, stand-up warp sclamber optimal range from 40-50 to 50-60, stand-up neutralizer activation time from 24 to 20 seconds. New skills, 3 new skills related to operation of quantum entanglement sensor generator have been added. Mastering those skills will enhance the various effects of the quantum entanglement generator, reduce fuel consumption, shorten reboot time. That's for new super capitals. There is the new event co-star group deal, probably something with the shop related event manual, War of the Masked. I don't know what that is. We'll see. Ship supply returns. Does that mean the boxes are back? We'll see about that. Singing events? Yeah, we can get. I think we can get an implant. Okay, it's. Wait a second. Chameleon, Starlight, Astral Cat, Nanocore, and other rare rewards. We can get a Nanocore. Okay, I guess good choice. I picked the Chameleon yesterday. New Eden recruitment and optimizations, bug fixes. So overall, I mean, that's a big update. That's a huge update. There are some things I don't really like about it. I don't like the magic nanocore. I never do like magic nanocores with magic stats and stuff like that. The faction stuff, war stuff, I believe is going to be interesting. I haven't done any faction stuff myself, primarily because no time. I just like to go undock and do PvP, but this is going to potentially be interesting, and well, I'm actually very interested what you guys think about this update. This isn't the anniversary update. Overall seems to be big, including the new ships. I have to do something about my wallet. I have to make ISK somehow. I need to go and sell something, I guess, when I log in game. But with that being said, that would be it for the patch notes. Tell me what you think about this update and anniversary, and well, with that being said, stay safe, fly safe, as always. I'll see you next time.